Hey guys, welcome to my channel, and like always, I'm Brian. Today we're going to be switching it up a little bit, but still keeping it somewhat the same, because I'm going to be still doing an unboxing of... Hi-Ho Cheerio. I don't think we're going to be doing an unboxing of Hi-Ho Cheerio. I think you're tricking me. Give me the real thing. Alright, that's enough. We're going to be doing an unboxing of the Qicent 4-port charging pedestal. And just to change things up a little bit, because the last thing they sent me with the car charger, it kind of crapped out a little bit early on. Really doesn't work all that great. So I figured I could change it up a little bit, and I'm going to be testing it out with the help of my 4-year-old. Come here. Nico. Nico's going to help me test this out. He is basically my human laboratory. He's going to use and abuse this product. And we're going to find out if it can stand up to the use of a 4-year-old. Because if it can, then you know it's a good product and you should probably buy it for yourself. So let's go ahead and get to the unboxing. And we're going to be doing it Shanley style. So, just like we've come to expect from Qicent, their packaging hasn't changed. It's got their name, what it is, the USB charger, 4-port, USB charging station. It's got the model down here, the Qicent DB-4U, a picture of what it is, what it can charge, and then the back is just the label and then a QC code that you could scan, and then what it is written in Chinese. There we go. And inside, nothing too special, just a little cardboard insert. The charging plug, American of course. And then the item itself. And then the user's manual and a thank you card. The actual item itself looks like this. It's got a nice little slot for you to fit a phone, although I don't think it would fit with a case. Nope, does not fit with a case. So if you got a big fatty OtterBox case like I do, it's not going to fit. And if you look back here, it says it has 2 superchargers and 2 universal chargers, so this will actually read your device and charge it at a higher milliamps or at a higher voltage so that it charges faster. And then this one, just in case you don't have a compatible device, your device doesn't like speed charging, and you can just plug it in here for a safer, more steady charge. And then also an indicator light, which we will check out once I plug this thing in. It's got rubber feet on the bottom so it doesn't scratch your tables. And then it also tells you the different outputs. So the speed charge does 2400 milliamps times 2, and the other one is just a 1000 milliamp output with a total of 6000 milliamps. So these 4 ports together do 6000 milliamps. It's pretty fast. So I'm curious about this indicator light. So I'm going to go ahead and plug this in real quick. Alright, so it is plugged in and the light turns blue. Alright, so I grabbed a charger from my phone. Go ahead and plug this in, see if the color of this thing changes at all. 50-50 chance, I got it on the second try. So phone is charging, see the little light, but nothing there. So this does not change, it just lets you know that there is power to the station. Good to know. Alright guys, so for our first test, we're going to do like the bedtime test. So when you got your 2 best buddies and you're laying in bed and you just want to watch your movies, you can prop this up. The base is wide enough that it'll still sit on your bed in case you don't have a night table like this. And one thing Nico likes to do is he likes to watch his movies, but the clip that goes on here, it's not stable enough, so it falls over, or he'll be holding it and it smacks him in the face and wakes him up. Which, you know, isn't always the best. But the downside is that the case is too fat, so it doesn't want to stay in the It doesn't want to stay in the pedestal. So I guess you're gonna have to sacrifice and risk, dropping your smart device without a case on it if you're gonna use this. Which I don't know if that's a good enough trade-off. They could have made it wider or adjustable. I mean, look at all this extra space back here.
Daddy?
Here you go.
Why does my... Daddy, that's because my iPad's fat.
Your iPad is fat. Okay. So then we're going to put it right there, just like that. I already have everything set up and got the plug ready. Okay. Is it charging?
Yeah, it's all the way charged.
It's already all the way charged? Alright, well, we probably should have let it die first. Alright. What do you think? Go ahead and lay down and tell me what you think.
Good.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, so lay all the way down. Get good and comfy. Can you see it good?
Yep, but I can't see it good while I'm laying on the pillow.
Okay, well, you don't have to lay on the pillow. Here, let's get you covered up. It's almost bedtime anyway.
Yeah, so Buzz and Woody have to do this. So they have to do it too.
So just in case I didn't say it before, this is our nighttime test. We're going to have it set up like this. He's going to watch movies all night. Well, probably not all night. Basically until he falls asleep. And we'll see if it survives and whether or not it's safe for your tablets. Alright guys, see you in the morning. The bedtime test with my son actually went really well. He enjoyed having it in his room. And even though he knocked it on the floor while he was asleep, it still worked. Like if you look at these photos here, you can see he's facing the opposite direction now. The thing's on the ground. And I took a closer picture. The light's still on. So even though this thing fell off the bed, the tablet's on the ground, it's still being charged, the thing's still functioning properly, and it took absolutely no damage. So I thought to myself, what ways can I test this to really see how durable it is and how well it charges? So a couple of the tests I came up with is the first test we did is I got my power converter and I took it into the car and I hooked it up so that my phone would be charging while running Pokemon Go, and I just drove around a little bit to really force the game to play. Had my wife in the passenger seat playing it for me, doing the shotgun thing where she was playing hers and mine at the same time. And usually with most chargers, it'll either slowly drain the battery even though it's charging, or it'll hold at a certain percentage. And this was able to actually fill my phone up while playing that game. And if anyone else knows, it kind of drains your battery pretty quickly. And my phone gets incredibly hot while it's playing and while it's charging. So I had to take it out of the case. So since it passed those two tests, it survived the night with my son. Oh, actually, it survived multiple nights with my son. It survived charging my phone while driving around. Well, it didn't survive. It passed the test of being able to keep a charge on my phone and getting the charge above whatever percentage it started at. I decided I would do a durability test. So I literally kicked the thing down the stairs. And I didn't like the way it bounced the first time, so I kicked it again. So I got 2 full kicks down the stairs, and it didn't really even phase it. Tried slapping it off the countertop, because I figured, where are you going to have it? You're going to have it in the countertop. You got kids, you got people acting crazy. It's going to get knocked off of things, and where's the best place to test it? In a kitchen with a hard floor. So I slapped it off the countertop. And it kind of rattles a little bit. I don't know if it did that before I did the test. Probably should have checked it for rattles. But it rattles, but it still works. Like if you look right here, it's charging right now. It's actually got the tablet up to 100%. And it's charging my phone. I don't know if you guys can see the little green light right here. My phone is fully charged. So it's charging both devices right now while I'm recording, and it's doing just fine. Here, I'm going to show you the little blue light on the top of it. Still glowing, still good to go. So let's recap the tests. This thing survived a child sleeping with it, and it didn't break. It managed to keep my HTC One, which is a power suck. It kept it charged, for the duration of when I was using it in the car. It's able to charge multiple devices at once. It survived being kicked down the stairs, slapped off a countertop. I really can't think of other ways to test it without, actually breaking it. Like I could throw it off the top of my house, or I could throw it into traffic, or, I could try to run it over with my car. But, this thing is plastic. And I just don't think it would survive. And since I'm already pulling this thing apart here, I'll go ahead and... I don't know if you guys can hear that, but that was the rattle that it developed after I beat it up. Really nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's no damage on the outside of it. I can't see anything wrong with it. It's really great. Now the downsides. Like I said before, this slot right here is really small. So while it fits an iPad mini really well, and it fits my cell phone really well with a little bit of extra space, there's no play if you have a case on it. So that's really a downside. You can't put something in there without a case on it. And honestly, while testing it, I don't know if you guys can see this, I cracked my phone. There's a tiny little crack right in the corner right here because I was testing it without the case on, and I'm a little upset with myself that I cracked my phone. I have an OtterBox. I paid the money for it. And so for the fact that to test this out, I actually damaged my phone is a little upsetting. Other than that, I really actually like this thing. I wish I had one upstairs and one downstairs so I didn't have to move it around, because this thing would be great for, bedside reading, charging your phones at night, having one in the living room so that, like, let's say you have it set up on like a coffee table or something so your phone's charging and you don't have to get up and touch it every time to check it. You can just look without having to move because the phone will be facing you. You can see it. If anything happens, you will see it happen. You don't have to get up and move or pull it out of your pocket. You can just let it sit on your counter table or your countertop or your coffee table, let it charge and do its thing. And I really actually like the way this is. And it's got a wide enough base that you really don't have to worry about it falling over. Really, like I said, my only gripe is I wish there was like some way you could adjust this to make it larger without, cutting into it, because it's hollow plastic. I'm pretty sure I could cut a chunk out of it and modify it and make it fit, but that kind of defeats the purpose of the review if I have to change what it is for the review. Having this device be at the price point of $15.99 on Amazon right now is pretty exciting for me. I think it's actually worth it. I'll keep testing it, and if anything happens, I'll be sure to leave it in the comments and in the description, but for right now, I really think this thing stood up to the abuse my family put into it. So yeah, give me a thumbs up if you guys like my video. Go ahead and leave comments down below. I'll be happy to answer any questions you guys have. Also follow me on my social medias. You can contact me there if you have any questions as well. Alright, I think I covered everything. This was the review of the Qicent pedestal charger with 4 USB charging station. Done Chanley style.